Hi, how's everyone out there doing? I am here with the amazing Mel Kelly, author of Top Tips for Dating Disasters in Germany, and born in Ireland and made in Germany. Mel, how are you doing?
Well done, Amy. You remember the titles. Congratulations. You can read. It's good. 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 So
Ooh, I
there you.
pass.
Oh, there we go. Well, yes. Thank you, Amy, for that wonderful introduction. And I am honoured to be here as well with the amazing Amy Hamilton, the author of two best-selling books, The Project Manager and The Consummate Communicator. So I feel honoured and privileged to be here and to join you for another wonderful session today.
Mel, you haven't asked me about my newest accessory.
Oh, what is your earrings?
No.
Your lipstick? Oh, your
No.
crown.
My
This is a
crown.
Wonder Woman crown. This is a Halloween crown. This is
Our new book launch for Hold My Crown this past week. Women of Grit and Resilience is available now, both in Kindle and in paperback. So anybody out there interested, the launch has been live out in Colorado Springs, super fabulous. And we are going to be doing a second launch in DC, most likely during the month of March. We're making the final arrangement. So super excited. Hold My Crown, Women of Grit and Resilience.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. It sounds incredible.
You know, it's not quite as incredible as the bad dating advice that you give now. So if you're new to the show, Mel has given bad dating advice around the world. He started off limiting himself to just Germany after he was exiled from Ireland, his home country. And now he's trying to make sure everyone in the entire world knows how to do bad dating.
Exactly. It is my mission in life. Other people want to save the world, stop world hunger, world peace, stop world hunger, cure cancer. My mission is to spread bad dating advice around the world.
And Mel, you do it so well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So we're talking about an important concept today, and I want you to focus, Mel. Focus.
Okay.
So you've been dating somebody for a little while. Things seem to be going well, and they want to go to their favorite restaurant, and you really can't stand it. So this show is about compromises. You're in that deep phase where now you got to start thinking, maybe they're a big fan of watching football, American or Europe, no judgment here. And maybe you're not a fan of football of either genre. So what do you do? How do you compromise on these things?
Compromise.
What's your bad advice?
What's my bad advice? Compromise is a dirty word. Don't compromise, goddammit. So it's your way or the highway. There you go.
You almost made me choke on my coffee. Oh my gosh.
There you go. That's a perfect way.
So this is the end of the episode. Mel says, do not compromise under any circumstances.
Do not compromise.
If they cannot just get on the program with you, leave them. Yeah. Don't even try dating anymore.
Yeah, compromises for the week. God damn it. No, that's...
No, I'm actually recording these, and we do these broadcasts, and I'm across from a church. I could actually Sunday morning church service. I can hear in the background. I'm burning in hell from what you're saying, like lightning striking me. Yes, and this is funny to you. I love your humor. Amy's gonna die, and this is funny.
Does the church do compromise? No.
So
do they do compromise? They don't do compromise. So there you go.
Your date wants to go to a restaurant that you don't like, and it's their favorite restaurant, and it's their birthday.
Oh, and it's their birthday. Well, the next best thing you can do if you don't want to overrule them on, you agree to it, but then what you do just before you're about to go is you get sick.
You get sick.
You get sick.
From COVID or
no. I mean, everything doesn't have to be related to COVID. No, but just you get sick, I don't know, a bit of food poisoning or something like that, or just before you're about to leave, then suddenly you get sick, and so you can't go to the restaurant because you're sick. There you go.
So what about when it's you and you want to go to a sporting event and they don't want to go to the sporting event?
Oh, that's fine. Just go by yourself, or go with one of the guys.
Oh, just go out with your guy friends.
Well, I mean, obviously she would get the first invite, and if she doesn't want to get take the invite, well, that's fine. But you can always go to the sporting event by yourself or with your buddies.
So this is your advice. Just don't go. Don't compromise. Now, this may be the worst advice that you've ever given. And you've given some really bad advice.
Yeah, well, this is my point. We're here to get bad advice. So, yes, I mean, compromises for the week. I mean, people who want their relationships to last have to work in compromise, but we're not talking about that here.
So, what about your co-host on your show? What happens when she wants you?
Yes, when she wants, when you want to do what? So,
I
how
don't
do
know.
you,
Maybe you have a topic that you don't want to talk about.
we can talk about whatever topic, So, but the point being of compromise, right? So back to compromise. So, what would your feeling? So you meet this guy, and he wants to go to a Mexican restaurant, and you don't like Mexican food. So what do you do then, for example?
So
Or you do
I
like
think,
Mexican? You
I
do
mean,
like Mexican
of
restaurant
course, I
food,
like
and he doesn't.
Mexican, but there's food that you don't like. Whatever it is. Like for me, like I'm a pescatarian, so like if he's like, let's go to a steakhouse, and I'm like, oh
Okay,
okay. There's like no food I can eat, but yay. And
but you can eat salad. You can eat a salad there,
I know,
But
no,
that's
but
really about it.
but
So
that's
yeah, okay. So but he knows you're pescatarian. He insists on going to steakhouse. What do you do?
I mean, I think sometimes you should do it, especially like if they go to a lot of your stuff. Like you've got to have that balance,
So a
but at
bit
the
of
same
compromise.
a bit of
Bit-
compromise. But I think you actually hit on a really good point. As a lot of times people start thinking of dating and partnership like you only do one thing with that person, rather than you still have your entire network, and this is just one more person added to it. And you should do stuff with them, and they're special. But at the same time, I mean, I have Kennedy Center tickets with my girlfriends. I mean, that's great. If a guy doesn't want to go to a concert, I can go with my friends and watch,
Okay.
Broadway plays and things like that. Or like you said, for sporting events.
Mm.
And I think that, that is a good way to handle it sometimes, is go with your friends.
Just go with your friends. I mean, it doesn't have to be a fight, So I mean, well,
Mel, you
it
can
might
write
be.
this down. I agreed with some of your
Oh, you
advice for
agreed?
once. I
No,
did.
it might.
I just agreed with you. I
Yeah.
said yes. Mel's
Well,
right. Write that down. It might be the only time this is ever said.
Now you might have a challenge if you're trying to do something. Let's say go away for 2 weeks holidays, and then she doesn't want to buy into what you want to do, and then you say I'm going to go with the guys instead. I mean that's you might get
Ooh,
into,
yeah. That's a
that's
dicey one.
that's
Yeah.
you might get into a bit of trouble there, or you say no on Valentine's Day I want to do this, and she goes no I want to do that. You don't compromise there. You say oh I'm going to go out with the guys instead. I mean that's
So you
probably not good.
can go out on Valentine's Day with the guys instead
Well,
of.
I don't think that's such a
I
good
don't think
idea.
that's a good plan.
I don't
Like
think that's a good
that might
idea.
be the worst dating advice. Like every single time I think you have bad dating advice, like you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a little
yeah.
worse. Like it's
It gets a little worse. Yeah,
the
going out with the guys.
spiral down of like the death spiral, right?
Yeah, going out with the guys on Valentine's Day is probably not the best, But so what's the biggest compromise you've ever made?
Oh my gosh. I mean, you got to remember that I was like married for like 15 years. So, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, just go there.
Okay.
But I think that for him, like one thing he did well in compromises is when we were planning the actual wedding.
He just let you decide everything.
His guy friends told him, they're like, don't, just the wedding's for her, just like leave it alone, do not try to inject your own thoughts into this and move on, right? So that was really good on him.
Okay.
I think the biggest compromise I made was the second time I moved to Germany.
Okay, and what was that?
Well, because I was really established in Colorado Springs, which is once again where the book launch is for Hold My Crown.
Okay.
And I love the community
which
there.
is in Colorado, USA.
Yes, Colorado, USA, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it's lovely in the mountains. I had great friends, and I was doing work on a radio show, and I had a teaching job. And I mean, my life was pretty fantastic. And I really was like not in the mood to go back to Germany as much as I love Germany. And once I got there, of course, I was like, oh yeah, I'm here. But initially I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not feeling it. And so, that was a really big compromise.
Okay.
Moving across the world. Again.
Okay. Again.
Like take 2 or 3 or 4.
Okay. So that was a big compromise. Coming back to Germany the second time. Okay.
What about you? What's the biggest compromise you've ever made?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest compromise I've ever made was, I'm just thinking about it. Last weekend, we wanted to go to a coffee shop. I wanted to go to one. She wanted to go to the other one, and we went with hers.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was a big.
So you
that was a
compromised
big-
on coffee shops. I can definitely see that's big.
That was a big one. That was a big one for me. Yes.
No, I think compromise is important, but but you also can't compromise to the point that you lose yourself. And I have seen a lot of people do that, where they're constantly like, "We do this and we do that." And I'm like, "Do you have your own opinion anymore?"
Well, you could argue, are people allowed to have their own opinion anymore?
Ooh, that's a different show, Mal. We're not going on that.
Are you allowed to have? It's like working for a company, you can't have a country, you have to have a kind of follow the company policy and the company opinion.
We
So when
all
you're
do.
in your relationship, you kind of have to have the party line as well. So it's like, are you allowed to have your own opinion, or do you have to
So
compromise on that as well?
next episode, we are going to be talking about opinions, and I know what mine is. We're going to be talking about Halloween again, and we're going to
Okay.
be talking about Halloween activities. This episode is actually on Halloween, so I am going to be dressed up in my German outfit, and Mel is going to be dressed up as an American, whatever that means, and and we are going to talk about Halloween activities. And I will tell you, one of those is going to be all things scary. So super excited, and see everybody next week.
Thank you so much, Amy, and thank you guys for joining us.